top box, and it takes a while. There it is. I see it. Yellow box live. All right. I'm Alicia Dr. Hankins. Welcome. This is Blitz Bash. We're talking into 30 plus days so far of the 90 days that will bring you great content. So I'm sure you're a network marketer. If you're not a network marketer, you're probably stumbling upon this. You could be an online marketer. You could have a small store. You could have an Etsy store. All the same principles apply. Maybe you're just doing self-development. So we're glad to have you here with us. Thank you so much for all the comments that you've left below. We've got some great ideas for new episodes today. It's a very interesting thing. I hope that the idea of a friend hoarder has your curiosity piqued a little. Nicole over there doesn't know what a friend hoarder is quite yet because I haven't told her yet. It was a strange little thing that I got talking to with my husband, and he kind of enlightened me a little on this idea. So, are you a friend hoarder? And I'm going to tell you now that I hope you're not a friend hoarder, but I think we all know friend hoarders. So if you are in network marketing, an MLM business, or even in any type of sales, or anything that you're trying to spread information about, you're going to come across people that are friend hoarders. Okay, so normally the process is you get this great idea, no matter what it is. Okay, so anything in networking, anything that involves networking, you like, this clip, and you want to go and tell people about this clip. You're going to go and mention to different people. And when you're mentioning this to your good friend, you're going to ask your friend, so do you know anybody else who'd be interested in this? Do you know anybody else who could use this? Do you know anybody else who could benefit from it? And of course, your friend says, yes, sure. I know some people who could benefit from that. And then you say, okay, sounding familiar, right? This training. I know we've done this training many times in network marketing. It's very popular. Your friend, then you ask your friend, okay, who is it? Who are you thinking about? And then they tell you, yeah, I know some people. I'll go tell them. I'll let them know about it. And now you've been trained. I know you can be laughing right now and you're raising one eyebrow too at the same time, because if you've been trained as a network marketer, I know you've heard this. This is, working through your person, right? Trying to get to the people that they know. It's all about networking. The idea is that your friend will help you to connect to their friends or her friend, right? But if your friend, right, that's the idea. I see Nicole coming on. She's undone her mic because I know it's burning. You want them to help you to connect with their friends, okay? But your friend now has told you, oh, yeah, I know 1,000 people. And you know your friend knows 1,000 people because your friend is very popular, right? And your friend is very popular with her friends. Now she tells you, oh, yeah, no, don't worry. I'll let them know. That's what you're doing, right? So have you experienced that before?
Now that you've described it, it makes complete sense. It rings a bell very clearly. And there's people that were locked arms with, that were in business with, that will not even give you a name. And it's crazy because you see, especially on Facebook, right, some people show their friends and they have lists of thousands of friends, and that you can see the type of influence that this person has with their friends, but they just do not want you to go out there and talk to them about this. Because I think in Hawaii it's a little bit, the market's a different creature than it is on the continent. And people here, from my experience, not everyone's like this, but this is from my personal experience. People are, they're protective of their friends. They don't want you to sell their friends. They don't want you to make their comfortable, like, oh my gosh, I'm out to get you. I'm going to make a buck off of you, and that's really not the whole idea behind what it is that, you're going out there and sharing with them. I mean, that's kind of what I'm grasping, and from personal experience, what I know. Is that kind of, along the lines of what you're talking about?
That is in line exactly. It's it's the beginning touches of it. And we discussed this because, you know, it's a baffling thing for me. It's a baffling thing for me because that same friend that you have that is a friend hoarder, come on, you just have to admit it. You're a friend hoarder. If you're doing this, you're a friend hoarder. So the same friend that would do this would be the very first person to tell everybody in the world about some new drink or some great dog food or some wonderful cat food because it's a favor. It's a favor. And in their mind, they're doing everybody this great service by sending them somewhere else. And then, so when we were talking about it, my husband said, well, what you want your friend then to do is to go ahead and let everybody there know what it is that you're doing. So, you know, for me, my friend would then maybe is uncomfortable being the MLM person. So number one, my very insightful husband said, number one, you probably don't want that particular friend to be necessarily in the business. That friend, because of that sort of way, that general belief, that's probably not going to be a business partner person, but they will be a great connector for you in the sense that the most you could probably hope for is say, hey friend, here's my information. This is the thing that I'm selling. This is the thing that I'm working with in my network marketing company. Could you please let all your friends know when they need X, Y, and Z product to please come to me? So that's probably the best route where everyone would be the most comfortable. And why we came up with friend hoarder is I don't know if anybody's ever seen, you know, like those hoarding shows. Okay, so I'm not making a judgment statement on this. I've only seen it a few times, but what I've seen is, you know, when they go in and they see somebody who's technically a hoarder, if you even touch like their newspaper in a corner, they get very defensive and very freaky and very crazy. Don't touch it. Why are you even close by there? Don't touch that. They get very upset. You can see it's physically upsetting. It's mentally upsetting. You know, they're going into a tizzy, right? Because you're touching a newspaper that's from 1912 or whatever, right? In the corner of the house somewhere, or a styrofoam meat tray that they know they have 100 of them stacked up on the counter, but don't touch them. That same sort of feeling is kind of the underlying feeling about these people who like to hide or hoard their friends. Seriously, like I have a couple of friend hoarder friends, and you know they get very anxious. There's a lot of anxiety. There's something that's going on. They do not want you to try to find out who that friend is, and they do not want you to directly get in contact with that friend. The same kinds of anxiety that show up for the person who may be touching the 1912 newspaper comes through that same thing, because they have worked very, very hard to cultivate whatever relationship it is that they have with their friends. Now, that's one part of the statement. The other part of the statement is it doesn't necessarily mean that what they're thinking in their head is true. Okay, so their friends may not feel this way. They may have 1,000 friends, and their 1,000 friends may be, they'll never know. Maybe if you were to contact them, they would love to know about what it is that you have. They would love to hear about what it is that's going on. But because there's this barrier there, and it only exists in your friend hoarder friend's mind, it doesn't really exist necessarily over all 1,000 of their friends. Does that make sense?
Complete sense. That's exactly where I was going to go with it as well. It's that mindset in their mind. Number one, I was going to say it's maybe a control thing. They don't want someone to take control over their friends. If this relationship that they built over the years, that they protect, they want to be able to protect it like that the mama bear. And another thing that I get from it as well is, if someone is in the business already, they're keeping a close tight knit with their friends is possibly because they're just trying to do it all themselves. They want to be that go-to person, like you had mentioned, a little earlier. They want to be the ones to tell them about it. I'm in control. I'm going to let you know what it is that I'm doing, and a lot of times I'm not trying to it's merely just our perspective and our points of view when we're talking about these subjects, that, they don't always, not going to follow the system. There's always that support and the people who are here to help and guide you in your business. And they tend to want to do it on their own, which is fine. Hey, go ahead and do it. But when you're ready, to really take it seriously, then let's talk, So, I mean, I just see that they want to be able to share it themselves. I found something, I've got something that can help you, let's talk kind of thing. So.
And then what I've seen with that, what I think you're describing, what I've seen with that is there's that control thing. And then what happens is somebody else comes along and tells them. Somebody else comes along and tells them, because somewhere in their mind, the time wasn't right. This setting wasn't perfect. The theater lights hadn't come up exactly the way they wanted it. And somebody else, by the time they muster up the perfect environment, the perfect timing, where they're perfectly set, the person will say, oh yeah, I heard about that. Actually, I signed up 2 weeks ago with so-and-so.
Oh no, I've seen it happen. Yeah, that's something else I wanted to just quickly brush on was, you're talking about them wanting to just be able to tell that person to oh my gosh, the thought just flew my mind. What were you just saying?
That someone else would come along and tell them. And that, they're in their head, they want everything to be totally perfect. Everything has to be totally perfect. But you're thinking about it in the sense that it's perfect for you, not perfect for your friend, because the person you're talking to.
In your mind, like we don't.
Oh, the internet shut you off. You're frozen. You're frozen. Wait, if you're still watching me. Oh, there. Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay.
A little in and out, but there we go. Friend hoarders.
Yes.
We know them. Are you one? Do you want to continue to be one? You can really free yourself from it,
Free yourself from it. Well,
I mean, when you do, I mean, just a whole other world just opens up for you. It's not just going to help, the upline support to become successful. It's going to help yourself to become successful. There's a system in place that has been proven to work, and people want to help to teach you, to guide you to do that. So, hey, give it a try. Once you're done with the friend hoarding, reach back to your upline support and make things happen, because I mean, the industry is an amazing industry. Anyone can do it. And, it's about networking. People,
and coming from this other end where I have friend hoarder friends, okay, and I now know that they probably kept people at bay from me. And so when I say these things, I'm speaking from my personal experience, where I know that my friend hoarder friends have hoarded me away from other people, where I am a definite person that I would have liked to know what it is that people had, because I'm one of those people who said, oh, I know about that, because 2 weeks ago I went off with so-and-so, because you didn't tell me, because the stage wasn't right and the pictures and the lights didn't work for you. But if you're in network marketing, so if you're in network marketing and you're a friend hoarder, I hate to tell it to you, we're going to tell it to you straight. It's not about you. It's about the people that you need to be helping. So if you switch that mindset into that, they're probably looking for people. They're probably looking for a solution. And maybe they're looking for a health solution, a money solution, a self-development solution. So help them out, And if you really don't want to, and you really want to keep your friends, then help your MLM network marketer friend. And please refer all your friends to your networking friend, and just say, hey, I know so-and-so has X, Y, and Z for, health, finance, etc. And please get in touch with them. So, that's the most gentle way to go about it.
Yes, there is. So, let go of the fear of getting everything right, getting all of the ducks in a row, getting all of the information, all of the knowledge. Don't have to worry about having all of that in place. Just go out there and let them know what it is you're doing. And, you know, don't make that decision for them. Allow them to make the decision for themselves before someone else does, because, you know, the matter of the fact is if you don't tell them, someone else will. So I hope you guys found this episode very valuable for yourself. And if you did, go ahead and leave us a comment below. We'd love to hear your feedback. And if there's any other topics that you would like for us to cover and, you know, share our points of view and our perspectives with, go ahead and leave that below as well. So thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.